Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. And so, a little funny topic here, but I've been seeing these comments slightly kind of popping up on Reddit and other places. Kind of wanted to address that. Kind of want to talk about that. My dog's kind of barking because they don't see me, but they hear me, I guess. So they start barking around looking for me. Anyways, so this comment that I see quite a bit of, that's it's not super popular because not everyone's talking about it to that extent, but I want to kind of address this before it starts to kind of blow out of control. Should Google, with their Pixel lineup, create a fan edition device like Samsung has done with past flagships? Now look, I get it, right? So you have the S20 fan edition, the S21 fan edition, and Samsung didn't continue on with that with the S22 fan edition, at least not that we know of. They could surprise us and maybe one comes out, who knows. But it was said that they were going to discontinue the fan edition devices, kind of focus on their A series devices. Yes, Samsung has, you know, their Galaxy A's, and kind of focus more on that, right? So you have the Galaxy A54 coming, the A14 is already out, and I believe there's no A74, but there would be like an A24, A34. So we'll see how those devices turn out, right? But that's, you know, Samsung's budget to mid-range lineup, right? And they're not bad phones. I have the Galaxy A53 and I've been using it. It's my daily driver right now currently, and I enjoy using it. Here's the thing though, to say that Google needs to have a fan edition lineup too, like, what would be the purpose of that? Because we already have somewhat of a purpose already, a fan edition Pixel phone already, and Google's been very consistent with that fan edition. And the reason why I say, and I compare it to what people would classify as a fan edition, because yes, of course, it's going to be slightly nerfed a little, where it's not going to have everything like the flagship phones have, right? Because Google puts out the flagship device and a Pro model to that flagship, right? This year we're getting the Pixel 8, and we're going to get a Pixel 8 Pro, possibly a fold, the first foldable. Fingers crossed, we see that. Nonetheless, the flagships are basically like the Pixel 7. The Pixel 6. Those are the flagships. The Pro models are the Pro models of the flagship. And when these phones come out, like we got the Pixel 7 last year, 2022, came out. We're in 2023. We're expecting the Pixel 7a. The 7a comes out after the 7, right? Which is like the same when you think about it with the fan edition, right? The Galaxy S21 came out before the S21 fan edition came out. Same as with the S20 fan edition, that came out after the S20 came out. So there's kind of a pattern there. The A series devices from Google with the Google Pixel, those phones pretty much give you the same experience as the flagships do. So like last year with the Pixel 6a, people were kind of wondering, okay, what was going to differentiate it from the Pixel 6 and be $150 less? Well, they didn't do a glass back, design. They went with polycarbonate with a nice polished feel to make it feel like glass, which is totally fine. But we know it's polycarbonate, we know it's plastic, so it's durable than glass. And it's a bit smaller than the Pixel 6, and the camera sensors are different. So it's using the Sony IMX363 camera sensor, which has been on Google Pixel devices since the Pixel 2 and 2 XL. So they didn't go with the Samsung 50 megapixel camera sensor that's found in the Pixel 6, right? So they cut corners in certain areas to bring the price down, but the processor chip, performance, the amount of RAM, the amount of storage is pretty much on par with the regular Pixel 6, right? And I feel like the same is going to happen when the 7a comes out compared to the 7. I don't feel like that they're going to do a glass back on the 7a. It just, it'd be weird to do that. I know that people want to see wireless charging come to the A series. Who knows? Maybe there's a way to do that. I mean, well, there should be, because the Nexus 7, which was a tablet, was plastic built and it has wireless charging. So you can wireless charge through plastic. I know that's probably better through glass, but whatever the case may be, point is there's no reason to have a Pixel fan edition of like the Pixel 7 fan edition, Pixel 6 fan edition. Pixel 8 fan edition. There's no reason to have that when we have the Pixel A series, which pretty much fills that void, right? So the upcoming 7A is obviously the fan edition to the Pixel 7. It's going to be slightly nerfed from having everything that the Pixel 7 has, and be sold at a much less price, which technically, when you kind of think about it, you kind of go into it, we're looking at about $150 difference. So they're going to make some cuts there to kind of like justify its existence. That's one of the things in the mobile tech space that we can't lose sight of when we're thinking of these really awesome ideas, is because the existence of this, like, where would this fit in? You keep the A series, you build the fan edition, and then you have the flagship. What would be the upsell from the A series to a fan edition, if there was one in existence, and justify its existence there below the flagship and below the Pro model? There wouldn't be. What would you, I mean, what would you add? Because the A series pretty much has just about everything that its flagship brethren has, minus build quality, build material, and stuff like that. And maybe like wireless charging and things like that are not optional on the A series. And when you kind of think about it, like, okay, you know, between that and the actual flagship device, now you kind of see where like the $150 difference is. So, like, you know, in my case, what I'm just trying to say is that, like, yeah, it's a great idea. I think it's cool. I honestly think it's cool. I'm not gonna bash anybody for thinking that way, but at the same time too, I'm also looking at it from this perspective as like, if they actually built something like this, it would be another reason for Google to do its very famous thing, which is send it to the Google graveyard, because nobody is really going to be shelling out money for a fan edition device that would be like $50 to $70 more than the A series, and be like $25 to $50, you know, to $100 less than the flagship. They would have to raise the price of the flagship, which nobody wants, because everyone loves this $599 offering from Google when it comes to just the basic flagship release from them, right? Which means that the $899 price tag on the Pro models is enticing to a lot of people out there who want the absolute best of the best. It has to say Pro or Ultra in the name. So yeah, I'm not dissing anybody that came up with that idea and is sharing that idea. It's great. That I think, you know what, like, I encourage more ideas to be shared. They have to be shared. That way we find new things. But this is one of those ideas that I will say that will get killed on the spot so quickly, because there's no justification of having this lineup be created by Google and now have them manage 3 different lineups. Could they change the name of the A series and start calling it Fan Edition? Sure, they could, but then that would be a blatant ripoff from Samsung. And I think Google, with their position of trying to find their own identity, need not to rip off any other company's branding names and stuff like that. So anyway, that's my thoughts. What are yours? Leave it in the comment section of the video. Smash the like button if you guys enjoyed it. Share this on your social platforms, and I'll talk to you all on the next one. Peace.